Hi everyone. This week's readings have more to do with content and criteria and what is right versus what is best in the classroom. In What Should I Do?, we learn about a couple of teachers who have to decide on whether or not they would rather make the mistake of opening a door that should not be opened or closing a door that should stay open. As a future educator, this may come up in my classroom as well. Criteria, teaching what's right versus teaching what's best. And when we consider teaching what's right, we also need to consider right for who or best for who. We need to learn from our actions when we need to make sure that we share our dilemmas with other professionals as well. Reading, teaching the taboo. In reading Teaching with the Taboo, this quote really stood out to me. People, restless and relentless, meaning makers that we are, invest meaning in things by how we use them, how we think and feel about them, how we act with and upon them, and how we store them. And this really has a lot to do with my future subject as well, of social studies or history. I mean, history is written from the point of view of the victor in most cases, right? We don't really ever write history from the point of the losing side. And when we are talking about history, we really need to have a firm understanding of how we are making meaning, how we think and feel about actions, or how we think and feel about words, vocabulary, is really different based on how you were raised, the home you were brought up in, your life experiences. And this is what this quote was really talking about making meaning and understanding that everyone does not make meaning in the same way, and their meaning is different depending on the person. This really goes back to a couple of the class discussions we've had as well, where we talk about being the gatekeepers of knowledge, and really how it should be that the student is the gatekeeper, that the student is the expert, and the student is the one that helps us along through the journey, whether that's an African American student who can talk to us about Kenyan life, or a Hispanic student that can talk to us about what it was like picking fruit on a farm. Those kinds of things where we're not looking at the subject from a viewpoint that's 1,000 miles away, or the furthest from our daily lives. A viewpoint of somebody who's been there, who's experienced it, and can really give us a well-rounded opinion, a well-rounded view of history, of culture, of a lifestyle, of religion, everything. This is what it really means to help students see, is to help them make meaning. Instead of giving them just one point of view, giving them multiple points of view and allowing them to come to their own conclusions, allowing them to make their own choices, form their own opinions. But if we simply tell them what to think and what to say and how to act, there will be no choice. There is no choice in that. And we have to continue to give youth a choice so that they're in control of their own destiny.